People's Republic of China has the world's largest number of internet users at nearly 500 million. Most Chinese shop online and communicate and spread ideas via social media. This has prompted concerns in the West over trade, censorship, and foreign relations.
Many thought this new communication medium would lead to a radical exchange of ideas in the largest country in the world.
Would people read about the occupation of Tibet, the Tiananmen Square massacre, the Great Leap Forward, police brutality, and feel the need to rise up against the Chinese government? Former President Bill Clinton said that controlling the internet would be like trying to nail Jell-O to the wall. Democracy advocates hoped that the internet would make China fall like the Soviet Union. But nobody expected the Golden Shield Project, or the Great Firewall of China. China's rationale for the Great Firewall is that the internet is a dangerous place filled with criminals, perverts, and other threats to young people. The only surefire way to access the internet without fear of censorship or surveillance is to invest in a virtual private network. The virtual private network makes it look like the user is accessing the internet from a location outside of China. At only $1 or $2 a week to maintain, you're probably wondering why everyone in China isn't lining up to buy a VPN. The only reason VPNs are available in the first place is that they are intended for use by Western companies and expatriates, so they are able to do business without fear of their private data being compromised by the Great Firewall. Only 3% of internet users in China use VPNs, as many Chinese fear that using VPNs to access outside information would lead to them being labeled unpatriotic, traitors, or a threat to the state. The only reason China goes to such great lengths to filter and censor internet content is obvious. The government wants to keep content with potential to hurt the regime away from the eyes of the citizens. Topics like the Tiananmen Square protests and subsequent massacre, the Falun Gong spiritual movement, the legacy of Mao Zedong, the Great Leap Forward, the Cultural Revolution, the Korean War, and analyses of China's policies towards ethnic minorities have been systematically filtered. International internet is filtered via 3 choke points, one in Beijing, one in Shanghai, and one in Guangzhou. This makes it easier for the government to filter content and inadvertently slow down internet speeds. The government and Chinese corporations hire thousands of employees solely to root out keywords and content that goes against the government's values. They filter out terms like cultural revolution, freedom of speech, and propaganda department. Still, rumors do circulate on the Chinese internet. When party official Bo Xilai was purged in 2012, rumors of a failed coup began to make their rounds on Chinese social media. The internet has also helped weed out corruption. When an official was photographed wearing an expensive watch, more photos emerged of the same official wearing different expensive watches. Brother Watch, as he became known in the blogosphere, lost his job. Many major watchdog groups have accused major U.S. firms of cooperating with the Chinese government in its censorship activities, contrary to the U.S.'s policy of promoting internet freedom. American tech giant Cisco helped upgrade China's surveillance network in a top-secret project known as CN2 in 2004. Cisco also sold thousands of routers to China used to censor web content. In 2007, now former Yahoo CEO Jerry Yang apologized to the family of Chinese journalist Shi Tao for cooperating with Chinese authorities and handing over data used to track him down and convict him in 2004. In 2006, Google released a Chinese-compliant search engine, but later retracted it in 2010. In 2006, senior representatives from Cisco, Yahoo, Google, and Microsoft testified before Congress on the issue of American firms cooperating with the Chinese government, marking one of the most prominent forays into the issue by Congress. After the hearing, Representative Chris Smith introduced the Global Online Freedom Act. The bill was meant to prevent U.S. businesses from cooperating with repressive governments in transforming the Internet into a tool of censorship and surveillance. The bill was reintroduced in 2009 but wasn't acted on. The arrival of the Internet in China gave hope to democracy activists that China may one day see democracy. But the Communist Party was able to take control of the Internet and bring censorship and repression on a revolutionary scale.